This is my worst nightmare. Hands down. What am I looking at? Bear with me. We have to go through this together. I was on Twitter at like 4 a.m. I know. And I came across this video. When I first saw this thing, I thought it was a pile of poop. After I looked closer and realized that it was wriggling around, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and head out now. I have no idea what this is. So I did what most people do in times like this. I consulted my good friend Google. This is a bootlace worm, Linnaeus longismus. All right, do me a favor. If you ever come across an animal that you don't know, try not to poke it with a stick. It's just my humble opinion. Definitely don't poke it with a knife. Don't touch it. Do not touch it. Just as a rule of thumb, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, it's the longest species of worm on the planet. It's also one of the longest animals on the planet, measuring anywhere from 15 to 50 feet. 50 feet. In 1864, a bootlace worm washed up on a shore in the UK that measured 180 feet. Now you have to take that with a grain of salt because worms can stretch a lot longer than their actual size, but even with a huge grain of salt, that's a long worm. You're probably hurting it, which means you're probably scaring it, which means that it's well within its right to jump on your face. It gets worse. The bootlace worm's primary defense mechanism is, drumroll please, toxic mucus. This is an alien, and there are many aliens in the animal kingdom, and I'm here to expose them. Scientists, on the other hand, are really excited about this toxic mucus because apparently it has a lot of interesting properties that they can use to do God knows what. The toxins aren't deadly to humans. They're really deadly, however, to crabs and cockroaches. There's a worm that has toxins that kills crabs. These kind of crabs. Usually these things wash up on the shore when there are really violent storms. Don't go chasing waterfalls, and in this case, don't even stick to the rivers or the lakes that you're used to, because there's weird stuff at the bottom. You don't want to know what's down there. But we're going to talk about it because that's kind of what this show is about. So there it is. The internet thought it was venom, but it's actually just, it's one really long, toxic, ooze spewing worm. Till next time, I have to go take a shower. Shout out to everybody watching this. There's a whole lot more where that came from. Tune in next time to see you outside. I think there's too much news.